Hey there, welcome to a new video. In this video we talk about Corpus. What is Corpus? Corpus is a resonator. Simply when you feed something into it, some signal into it, generates a sound and layers it with the input signal. So we have this kick, and if we turn it on, we have a sine wave or any sort of wave depending on how we set it, that it's overlaid, it's triggered. In other words, we can see the input signal as an instrument like a stick, and corpus like a sort of drum, and when we hit the drum with the stick, we generate a new sound. So corpus is like the membrane. So let's see how it works. We have the tune. So it's pretty simple. We have the fine. We have the spread. We can hear some detune between the two channels. Then the fine allows for fine adjustments of the MIDI modulated tuning if sidechain frequency is enabled. We'll see in a few minutes. So we have the main part. This is the shaper of the drum. So we have beam. Now we can hear that this sounds like a bass string. We have the decay. You can see how it becomes a sort of a really cool layering effect for the kick drum once it's short. We can set how wide this membrane, tube, whatever it is. Then we have the listening point from left and right. The hit position, where we hit if it's in the center or at the border. 0% is in the center. Then we have the brightness. The enharmonics. The ratio is enabled for the membrane, for the plate, and depending on what you select, you have some knobs being disabled or enabled. For beam, we have a medium, so basic, few, medium, and full. Then we have this XY knob. Then we have the filter. It filters the whole signal. This is mono. This is stereo. The bleed. Just mixes the unprocessed signal with the resonated one. Then we have the gain. If it's clipping, we have this light turning on. Then we have the LFO. And then we have the sidechain part. Let's make a MIDI track. We can select the input and we can trigger the corpus depending on what MIDI signal we feed into it. If we have the corpus on the same MIDI track, we can sidechain it to its own MIDI, and this is really cool. This is really cool because it becomes an actual resonator, such as waves are bass, but it also has its frequency modulated, because if we turn on the frequency, we can set how it picks the note and also how much it follows the pitch bends and also the note of decay. So now I will load my custom 808 rack and I'll show you why this is really cool. So I have this MIDI pattern and this sounds like this. Okay, so now let's open the corpus. So here's the corpus. And we can hear how it sounds without the corpus. It's like empty. If we use the input signal, we can hear the difference. We can really hear that it's following the note and it's not just a gated sine wave playing below, and that might mess with the actual note and clash with the fundamental. So I've said everything about the corpus. See you in the next video.